Why, hello there and welcome. We hope you've had a great week. This evening, we wanted to give a huge shout out to Not Another Game Store over in St. Augustine, Florida. They just opened recently. They've had really just a cool story. Local community guys who really want to see the community grow. And really are catering to a group of people, neighborhoods that don't have a lot of super huge interaction or spaces that they can come and game. So definitely check them out. They are awesome. I know through their process as they got launched, it was crazy. But they are in it to win it. So good things. A couple of announcements for the upcoming weeks. We will probably have a couple of one-offs rather, as schedules fluctuate and change and all that fun stuff. So be looking out for those. They'll be probably posted later in the week as pre-recorded sessions. So we'll make posts and all that fun stuff. Huge news on the follower front. Looking at it right this second, we have 36 followers, which is great. Our target is 50, so we need about 15 more people before we do our giveaway. For the giveaway, we'll be doing artwork, we'll be doing PDFs, we'll be doing all sorts of knickknacks and things of that nature. So definitely like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever social media words you want to use there, but do it on Twitch specifically. Twitch is where we're using for our primary communication and streaming. So, and then the other one is we'll be having a guest cast member, I guess, in the following weeks. So we'll give more information and make a post about that when that happens. But we're super excited to be able to actually have a guest on the show to play through some Shattered Dawn awesomeness. So we will post more about that as information comes. That's all I have to do. But for a quick recap, for those of you who have not been following, our group of heroes have found a mysterious artifact. When they answered a summons, they were ambushed by an organization who was trying to steal that artifact for their own nefarious purposes. And through a lot of interaction and questing to try and figure out what the artifact was, they were led to the city of Violka, where they delved into the lair of the Emerald Guardsmen, the organization that's been hunting them, and found that no one was there. And it was basically a large trap to try and get them killed or dealt with accordingly. In response, they traveled to their home city of Culdier, and that's where we pick up today. So without further ado, this is Shattered Dungeons. Welcome to Shattered Dungeons. I'm David DeSanto. I'm our Arc Master. I'll be running the session. On our far left, if you're watching our stream, is Jordan.
Hey everybody, I'm playing Reg, our Dargoth good boy.
And Reg's voice is a little bit different than Jordan's voice, so we'll get there though. Next we have Forrester.
And I'm playing Messina de Ranton,
a lovely character who is an expert at sneaking. Next we have Dion.
And I'm playing Caden Atlas.
We also have Edward.
Who is Mr. Business. It's business time.
We'll get a shirt of that one day. And then we have Lauren.
And Lauren is Pax, who sadly does not have a catchphrase.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short. As we pick up, after receiving a coded message from Reg, the group makes haste back to Culdier. They find the city captured by the Emerald Guardsmen and mount a rescue to save Reg and the townsfolk. They're able to free Reg, rally the townspeople, and sneak past all the patrols and walls of fire to their base of operations in Culdier. Commander Leonic of the Emerald Guardsmen addresses the group as they enter the Covenant's Tower of Culdier. We have been waiting for you. I thought for sure our lair would have done the job for us. However, it appears that you're more skilled than we've thought. You will come with us of your own free will. You're outnumbered and outclassed. Come quietly or die. As he makes his claim, 50 soldiers enter the room, clad in heavy mail and wielding a gambit of weaponry. The team's intuition says to surrender. This is definitely a fight you don't anticipate winning. You're tied, bound, shackled, and prepared for shipment. The mages are gagged and hands and fingers clasped. They prepare to leave Culdier with you in tow, something you did not anticipate happening. After some time, they depart, the guardsmen making a spectacle of your capture. They make it well known that you were defeated and the city could have been razed easily. The journey begins with mild torture and sullen spirits. Some time passes on your journey, and it's been days since your capture in Culdier. Despite your best efforts to find opportunities to escape, you are still captive. The caravan stops in Violkin, replenishes their supplies. Commander Leonic addresses you as the city gates are passed through. No point in bringing the entirety of the Emerald Guardsmen. Where we're going, you will have other incentives to resist escaping. The caravan journeys another week, and you spot the destination you've overheard from conversation among the guardsmen, Castle Morvale. It is rumored to be a home to wicked evils, enough to match Nathaniel himself, though it's never been confirmed. Those who venture there seldom return. You've become used to your bonds, but hope soon to be released, anticipating an open cell as you are led toward the castle. Commander Leonic addresses his men. Make camp outside and in the entryway. Lead the prisoners to the cell block and bring me the Lion's Head soul siphon in the throne room. I will meet our employers there for payment and to discuss our next venture. And so that's going to be where we pick up, and I'll go ahead and switch our scene. So through the magic of mysticism, we change to where we are. And it would help if I drag the players with me. So Castle Morvale, you enter through the main area. You're brought to your left into a small cell block. I'm assuming you guys can kind of see the room. It's slightly in ruin. It's not necessarily perfectly kept. But you do notice that there are almost bodies covered with tarps on some wagons inside the cell block. You're not sure if they're there because of torture or some other reason, but you do know that you don't want to be here long. As you're led in, a lot of the guards break off from the actual group of people. The three that are left with you look to be prepared enough for a fight, but they don't anticipate you actually trying to escape right now. They're kind of distracted by the evil that just seeps from the walls. So with that, you guys can do however you want to do this. You're not quite in the cell block yet. You're being led there, though.
Are we still tied up?
Yes, you're still bound. Spellcasters don't have hands or mouths to work with.
Well,
All right, I mean,
Can I try to free my fingers? Like, is there a way I could potentially manipulate this while fiddling around with my hands, or are these just...
Over the course of the
It's
last
just
2
impossible.
weeks, you've tried that a lot, but you haven't. I mean, they basically retie them super tight every couple of hours.
all right, I mean, I feel like, yeah, maybe if we get in there, we can help untie each other's knots.
True. The guardsmen are also... They have weapons that are drawn currently.
Yeah. I mean, weapons don't scare Mr. Business, but, you know, I would like not to face them tied up.
True. One of the Emerald Guardsmen shoves you, Reg, forward into the... Well, as best he can. You don't really move a whole lot. But he does shove you into the cell.
Hello there, I'm Reg. That wasn't very nice. I can walk.
How
they
does being tied up affect the armor bonus for hand-to-hand combat?
So the armor bonus from hand to hand is more like dodging. So you can still walk and move. You've been poked and prodded. You're not being carried on a cart or anything like that. You're very much being led. You were led through the journey. So like you are walking, so you can still dodge attacks and stuff like that. If you were to attack with your hands clasped, you would get the bonuses of hand to hand. You just wouldn't be able to use both of your hands to attack at like 2 different attacks.
Doing some Captain Kirk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You just have to slam your body into them. And then your shirt magically gets ripped in the perfect way.
Yeah, just perfectly down the center. Reg, what was that?
Does Reg have his weapons on him?
Oddly enough, everyone has their gear on them. They were very confident, I'll say, in their ability to keep you from using them. You also don't have a detachment of 50 Emerald Guardsmen at your side at the moment. So, does anyone want to try anything as Caden is pushed into the cell block?
No, I'm good.
Does hand-to-hand include headbutts?
Yes, it does.
And feet, because as their wrestling moves, I've used feet.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, did anybody here? Do I know if any of my friends have the ability to pick locks?
Yes, you would know if anyone has the gifting of lock picking.
Does anybody have the gifting of lock picking?
Yes, I have the ability to pick locks.
But not search for traps, as we've discussed earlier. He has the ability
I have the confidence to know I have no worries of traps, but I know how to pick locks. I may have, not always been a professional wrestler.
So how many guards are there? Is it exactly like what's there?
Yeah, there are only 3 in this cell block. Now, you did see, moving to the north, there are 4 in the main entry, and then there are about 6 outside. That's the last thing you saw, at least. So you don't know if that's still currently the case.
So we're still in a place where they could actually call for help and likely get it, basically.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Then I'll let this play out.
Shoved in.
I let myself. Well, I don't let myself get shoved in. I definitely try to give the guy a look as I proudly walk into the cell.
Okay.
Are we all bound at the mouth? I've been under that assumption.
No, only the people who are obviously spellcasters are bound at the mouth. So they just assume that you do not have the ability to cast any sort of spells, seeing as how you are a large Dargoth.
And they couldn't shut me up.
Correct. You talked too much for them to think that you were able to cast spells. They're like, he just can't shut up, so he's obviously not gifted that way. So as the last of you are kind of prodded into the cell block there, one of the Emerald Guardsmen steps into the cell and says, "All right, give me the Lion's Head Soul Siphon." He looks around at each of you, waiting for someone to present him with it.
What are you talking? What is that? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on. You've heard Commander Leonic this whole time. This is the whole reason you're here. If you'd have just given it up earlier, you wouldn't be in this position.
Nope, no clue.
Look, we know you have it.
Another tunic.
We have all your possessions. We've seen it on you. Give it to me now, and I'll just leave you to be. We'll get you some food. You'll be taken care of here until we leave.
And then what? We starve?
Look, we don't own this castle. So, hand it over so I can get on my way.
So at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm going to pretend to stumble and basically body slam this guy.
Roll it.
Just like bloop.
1d100 plus your unarmed
Because I
attack
just got
bonus.
shoved in the cell, and so obviously I'm like off balance.
I like the idea that you have both of your feet and are walking perfectly. You get shoved forward and then, like...
You stumble.
Yeah, you just go the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, it's true. Well, no, I sort of reeled around and, it's a rough floor. Sorry, I'm looking for my unarmed...
Attack.
60, 70, 85. Did I do that right? No.
Slash roll.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so you go to attack this Emerald Guardsman, and he just watches as you lean cozy up to him, and he's like, "What are you doing? Get off me." He just kind of like nudges you with his shoulder away from him, and you step back. He doesn't even consider that an attack. He's like just confused. So he looks again. All right, so here's the deal. If you don't give it to me, I'm going to have to kill each and every one of you. So those are your options. Give it to me now. We go away. You maybe can escape. Or we kill you, you die, we take it, and you're dead.
I've got a question.
Oh, good lord, the Dargoth has a question. Great.
Yeah, you talk it as if you know that I'm not one of the smartest people, but you said you saw the lion thingy in our stuff. Why didn't you just take it then, Mr. Smarty Pants?
We've been told that whoever touches it best be good with the magics, or else there's some sort of possession that happens. We had another detachment of Emerald Guardsmen who didn't quite make it when they went up against you, and from what we've heard, not only from you but others, there was some sort of spirit, and I'm not about that.
Well then, so you ain't gonna touch it then, so how is you gonna take it?
I'm gonna put it in this here bag, and he pulls out a bag.
I think at this point I'll step in front of him and say, well, doesn't make good business sense, my friend, and then I'll super kick him in the face.
Okay, hopefully this one lands.
I know. We'll see.
It does. How much damage do you deal?
55.
All right, you right to the face with the footwork. He's kind of bleeding a little bit. He goes, "Oh, now, all right. Well, this is gonna be fun. Hey, boys, get in here on this. We're about to kill these guys."
Can I go for my second attack and
Right, go for it.
that other one? See if I can just kick that second kick.
Nice. Another 55.
Another 55.
Cool.
Caden, lean against my axe. I got an idea.
All right, roll initiative, everyone.
Initiative. Mine was a 6.
All right, 60 for Mr. Business, Reg.
10.
Great, you're going last probably. Masena,
85.
85. Caden,
I got a 61.
all right, you go just in front of Mr. Business. And then it looks like Pax got a 35, and the Emerald Guardsmen are going to go on 71. All that being said, Masena, your lead.
So I took the War Drum ability, and I'd like to use that, but the fluff of how I'd like to use it is I'd like to yell out to my companions a way that I think I saw out back down the hallway to try to get their blood pumping, that we've got a way out.
Perfect. So you're going to have to do that, but you're going to have to do it from like an inspiring standpoint. So maybe describe how you guys are about to get out as you're telling them this.
Yeah, sure.
But you actually have to say it. That's the great part.
Well, I mean, okay. I can I just make up what the
Go for it. Yeah.
looks like? Okay.
Sure.
Up the hall. about 50 yards back there was a path, and up there I saw sunlight coming through. It was more than would have come through an arrow slit. So if you guys can just get together and get your kicks and your headbutts and take them, I know you can. I know you can do it. We can run faster than the rest of them deeper in the dungeon can get to us, because we haven't seen anybody for the last 20 minutes.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll your war drum ability.
So that I just add my performance bonus. Do I add the vocal performance
Yes.
bonus to that? Or?
Correct. And then is this for attack or damage?
This is for attack.
Okay. So for the next turn, using the war drum ability, everyone will be gaining a plus 108 to their attack rolls.
Ooh.
Well,
I really needed that.
yeah, I have to be within 4 squares of them, so I'm actually going to try and just into the middle of the...
All right, you're running around them, rallying them, saying, let's do this, let's do this!
Oops, I think I just deleted my token.
You did it so well that you faded into nothingness.
She's already gone.
She is scared.
Masana! Where'd you go?
She just...
Did he just under someone, or is he gone?
No, I think he's gone. Or she's gone, rather. That's grand. So the war drum ability you get to use once, and then you are gone forever.
Perfect. That balances it out.
Yeah, it's a pretty potent ability. Just to confirm, your stamina is 170 now. I think.
Let me take a peek.
Just type it in the chat, and I'll get it on the next roll.
Yeah, it's 170.
Cool. After Caden, Masena is Caden. Or I'm sorry, the enemies. They are going to get a attack. Masena, they're confused while you're describing exactly how you want to get out of here, but they don't care that much. So
Round 2.
yeah, Mr. Business, the one in front of you, is attacking you. Does 115 and 109 hit?
No, sir.
All right. The next one is going to attack Pax next to you. Does a critical hit happen? Yep. So you take 190 damage, Pax. And then you have the ward on you from before that hasn't dissipated, so you're at 270 right now.
Okay.
Wait, no, that's not right.
What?
You had 300 health to begin with, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so you should be 300. It would help if I can math. 300 minus 190 leaves you at 110 plus 80 from your ward. So your ward's broken, you have 190 health left. And then Caden, this one comes up to you and he's going to take a shot at you. However, he's going to roll, or he's going to he's hitting you with a greatsword. Does 183 hit?
Nope.
Dang. All right,
I got my advancements, right?
Yeah. So he goes to swing at you, and I'm assuming you have some sort of magical armor on right now.
That's correct. I have the ward, but with sorcerer's armor.
So you haven't cast that yet.
I don't cast sorcerer's armor.
You would have to use a spell for it.
Right, I have the ward on me though.
The ward doesn't count.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna need to understand how that works. Then he hits me.
Okay. So you
Because I have
take
165 without the additional 40.
Okay. So you take 100 plus your ward of 80, correct? Leaves you at 570. So you only take 20 points of damage. Now that they have gone, Caden, it's your turn.
I took how much damage?
Just 20.
Okay. Oh, you've already deducted it. Excellent. I am going to run around this way and do the Mr. Business bounce off the wall and then kick this guy.
Roll a performance check.
Oh, a performance check?
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was a performance check involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't screw that up.
You're jumping off the wall. It's got to be something. You're able to jump off the wall. Go ahead and roll your attack.
And it was plus how much for the bonus?
From
The war drum bonus.
Yeah.
108.
I think it was 104.
108.
Yeah, 108.
Yep.
All right, just 1 second here.
So Caden runs up to the wall, jumps on it, lands on his feet, flings off into the Emerald Guardsman who just attacked him, and he knocks him over completely. So you both kind of go northward a little bit, falling on the floor. You hit. How much damage do you deal?
Let me check here. A hand to hand. Plus 40 damage. So
Okay.
40 damage? Oh, at whatever the base hand to hand is plus the 40 damage. I don't know how much that is.
Base hand-to-hand is 1. Just for
Okay, so
everyone's
41
knowledge.
damage.
Yep. Cool. Mr. Business, you're up next.
Can you power attack hand attacks?
Yes.
Hand to hand? Okay, I'm gonna have to start doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, power attacks cost 30 stamina to perform, but you deal double damage.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
and you take half of your bonus to attack. So in situations like this, where you have 108 from Masena, it's a great idea.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna power attack. Super kick this guy in the face again. He needs to shut up.
Okay. And you don't have any advancements that affect power attack cost, correct?
Nope.
Cool. So you
So
spend
30.
30 stamina. You have 170 stamina left. Go ahead and roll your attack. The bonus is halved.
Okay, which normally my bonus is, I think it's 80, so plus 40, plus 108, so plus 148.
Mm-hmm.
148. 182.
And 148 is the bonus halved.
Yeah, it's 40 plus the 108 from,
I'm with you
Masena.
now. I see what you're saying.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
my bonus to attack is 80.
cool. So that hits.
Yeah.
He takes 110 damage, right?
No, yeah,
Yes,
doubled would be 110. Yes, sir.
All right, and then you have a second attack as well, I believe.
All right, another power attack to the face.
Deducting 30 stamina. Roll. That is a great hit, and it would be a critical if you had the advancement for it. So
Not yet.
you just Bruce Lee style. I mean, you jump up in the air, kick him in the face with your first hit, land, and then just continue the momentum through and kick him in the head one more time. And for whatever reason, it lands just right. It kind of jerks his head way up further than it should go, and he is done for. He flies back a square and he's done. Moving forward, after Mr. Business, we have Pax.
Well, I do want to. Can I stare at the dude who's standing and say, "Are you ready for your meeting now?"
Oh no! Yes, please do that.
See you now.
Yeah. All right, Pax, you're up.
All right. I can do a power attack at 15 stamina.
Nice.
Awesome.
Because of my advancement. So that is, I am obviously going over after this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's half. So if my attack is 85, that's 42.
Correct. Round down.
42 plus the 108 is 110. I had no idea.
150?
150.
Yeah, it's 150, not 110. But assuming 150
Add 40
instead
to
of
that.
110, you hit. So you deal 41 times 2 is 82. And then you also get a second attack unarmed. You're using your feetsies.
It was
150. Yep.
There we go.
So that one does not land. So Pax sees Mr. Business and what he just did and is just amazed. Like, yes, I can do that too. And so she goes for the first one and it connects solidly, dealing 82 damage. And then she lands and goes for the momentum swing like Mr. Business did a moment ago. But the Emerald Guardsman sees what she's about to do, saw it done to his buddy who's dead now, and is able to duck and dodge out of the way. And so that one doesn't connect.
I'm having a bad day.
Hey, you dealt 82 damage to this guy while basically hands tied, mouth shut. So with that, it's
I
Reg.
can't be sassy.
You can muffled sass. Talk like Kenny from South Park.
Boomhauser.
So with my hands shackled, am I able to reach my axe?
You have to struggle, but yeah, so you can basically use half of your movement to finagle your way around to get to the axe and pull it out.
Okay, so half. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna come. Yeah. Can I flank him from behind to block his exit, or is that too much movement? Would it just be to his side?
Yeah, no, you can do that.
Okay. So then with that half,
Reg just comes running through.
I'm going to spend 15 for my power attack with old Bernie.
Reg pulls his axe out and just... Actually, let me describe this from the start of the motion. Reg struggles to get to his axe, trying to block the way for the Emerald Guardsman that's standing in the doorway from getting back out and getting help. He is able to get his axe out and starts pushing through the rest of the group, and he says, "Oh, sorry, excuse me, pardon me." Then he's able to get out after apologizing and pardoning himself to the Emerald Guardsman, and then just swings as hard as he can. The Emerald Guardsman ducks, and his axe swings almost into the stone wall. Thankfully, it doesn't get caught. It just kind of just tags it slightly. It does not connect. With that, it is Masena's turn again.
All right, I am going to move my way over towards the one that's in here and try to stab him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
And I have one rank in light melee now. Is that a plus 20?
Correct.
20.
20 plus whatever your weapon is. So I think for you it's 15. You have a steel sword, right? So it's...
Yeah, it was a magic steel sword that gives me a plus 6.
Perfect. You go to swing, but it's not quite hard enough and just kind of hits his armor and bounces off. You have a free hand. Do you want to try anything with that hand?
No, I'm good.
Okay. After Masena is the enemies. So, Pax, this one is to you. Does 131 hit?
Probably. I still haven't figured out how to know if something hits me or not.
Okay. We'll
She's
take a
wearing
moment.
armor, right?
My
She has
armor is
the
110.
and then you have an extra 50 on that, right? So 160.
So
So that'll miss.
My ward
doesn't
is
hit.
gone.
Yeah, no, but you
the
just...
ward. You don't actually, your ward wouldn't even apply since you have the armor.
Okay.
So, yeah, 160, you're good. It doesn't connect. You're able to duck out of the way. The next one, Caden, the guy gets up and is just not happy, and he pulls his greatsword out and swings against you. 149 does not connect, correct? Or does it?
That's correct. You need a 165.
Okay. They are definitely dissatisfied with the rest of this one's motion. He realizes he's trapped in, his backup's dead, and he's got the other guy surrounded by Reg. He's going to try and get past, so he runs about right here in an attempt to get out of the room. With that, Caden, it is your turn.
We still have business with you. I'm still in I start running after him, and I jump into the air, and I try to kick him with both my feet.
Go for it. So you take a running leap and jump and just extend both of your feet, trying to knock him in the back as he goes down. So you do not have the 108 bonus.
Oh, I do not have the 108? Correct. Then that there is a 121.
Okay, so that connects. How much damage do you deal?
And I wanted to power attack. I did state before that I was going to start power attacking. And it's only half stamina for me, so that's 15 stamina that I expended for that. So it'll be 82 damage total.
Okay. So he takes 82 and falls to the ground. You're able to push him into this cart filled with bodies and tarp. He kind of sinks into the cart as he lands on it, which is just a really gross thing to see and hear.
Can I make a performance check to try to land on my feet after bouncing off of him with the double kick?
You can certainly try. Go for it. Perfect. After the kick, you do basically a backflip off of his back and land on your feet, which is awesome. Now, the interesting part is the way his sword is being held right now. It's extending down towards his legs, so you may be able to, if you want to try a stamina check, to break your hands free by cutting the rope.
Yes, let's do that.
Roll a stamina check.
All right, so I spent 15 for the kick, so I have
85 left.
Yeah, 85 left. So I'm going to use all of it.
Okay.
Because I really want to be free.
Don't we all? Perfect. You're able to cut your bonds. You are now free-handing it.
Yes.
Perfect. Mr. Business, it is your turn, good sir.
I will. I'm just gonna say I don't need my hands untied to take care of you, and I'm gonna run up and just kind of do a double kick to his chest and try to hit him into Caden for for like a tag team maneuver in the next round. So
are you hitting the guy that Caden just hit?
Yeah, the one right in front of me now.
Okay, so that's not the one Caden just hit. Caden just hit this guy down here.
Oh no, I know. I'm sorry, but I'm hitting the guy there toward Caden. Is what I meant.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Wherever he was, I'm hitting him that way. He's the one I'm going toward.
I'm with you now. Okay.
Yeah. So that was my first attack.
151 connects. He takes 55 damage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then roll your second attack.
Yeah. Yeah, 169.
Perfect. Whoops. Good hit. He takes another 55 damage. He is not feeling too hot. After Mr. Business, it is Pax's turn.
Still gonna go after this guy catty cornered from me.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Remember, you do not have the 108.
No more 108. Okay. So if I just do a regular attack, not a power attack this time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait.
So with your first kick, it does not land. He's able to kind of block it with his knee. Roll your second attack.
I should have added 20 to that.
It still wouldn't have connected.
Fine, just be negative.
So roll your second attack with the 85. That is a good hit. And that's 41 damage, right?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah,
it is, unless you have any other like I have a racial feature.
Damage. No.
Cool.
Yeah. So then, if you don't know that, then yeah, it would just be 41.
No.
Moving on. Pax is done. She's got a really good hit there. Are you going to maneuver yourself at anywhere else, or is that pretty much where you're going to stay?
I think I'm going to, as I sort of come at him with my feet, I'm kicking towards him and moving out of the room.
Okay, good call. From there, it is Reg's turn.
Okay, so Reg is going to come up to here to block this guy in case he gets up after this. But he's gonna swing old Bernie.
Okay. That connects.
That is 137 fire damage.
All right, he is. You have ignited the thing he's on, the tarp and dead bodies, using
okay.
Bernie the Great Axe.
And I'm sorry, back up.
You've cleaved his arm off at this point, and his everything else is just going.
That's the buddy system for you.
Yeah. So, good shot. The next guy up is Messena. Or lady, I'm sorry.
I'm going to come out and try to help Mr. Business with this one on the door.
Okay.
Actually, I think I made a mistake earlier because I'm still tied up, aren't I?
Yes, your hands are bound still.
So I shouldn't have been able to use my sword last turn.
Well, your wrists are bound. Your hands are not. You don't have the clasps on yours.
So, was I able to use my sword? Should I be taking some sort of penalty?
No, you're basically using your sword in both of both of your hands are on the sword. Does that make sense?
Sure. All right.
48 to hit.
Again.
Okay. It doesn't pierce his armor at all. It's just another light hit. The next person up is Caden.
They go before me, though. The enemies do.
Man, I keep forgetting to look at the enemies. My bad. Well, good news. Let's see. Reg, roll 1d100.
Rolling.
The fire continues to grow as this guy tries to push himself off of the cart, but he's caught fire at this point. He is burned alive as he doesn't have the actual energy to get up and push himself off and put the fire out. You guys kind of watch as he's struggling to get the fire to stop. The other guy is going to take a swing at you, Mr. Business. Does 119 hit?
No, sir.
All right. With that, it is now Caden's turn.
Now, when I freed my hands, am I still able to cast, or are my fingers like bound in a way that prevents casting? Like, did I just free up the wrists and I still can't cast, or how does this work?
The way they had them clasped, it was like tied to the rope, so where you couldn't actually like move your fingers and stuff the way you would intend to. Because you have both hands free, you can actually get to the mechanism that's on the wrist, so you can pull it off. It doesn't cost any extra effort to do that.
Okay, so I finished the removing that, and then I cast Cold Gust at him twice. Well, actually, I'll cast it, and if he's still alive, I'll cast it again.
Okay.
So here's the
for it.
first cast. 195.
Whew.
And
Yeah,
it
that's
does
a hit.
120 damage.
Well, I can say with utmost certainty that he did. Cold Gust. The Cold
I
Gust.
take 25 damage.
Okay,
So
doke.
I'll put that on there.
Okay. The Cold Gust hurls him forward past Mr. Business and Messena into the wall, and the impact where it hits just kind of splits his body in a way that doesn't look like it would be he'd be able to heal from naturally. I'll put it that way.
Oh, that was something.
So the guards are dealt with. To your knowledge, no one has heard you thus far. You know that there has to be another exit than the main entry. You have a sneaking suspicion that if you go through the main entry to get out, you're going to have a tougher time than you would otherwise. You also know that somewhere in this castle, the employers of the Emerald Guardsmen are also here, based on what Commander Leonic said earlier.
Okay, so I want to renew our ward spells. So who doesn't have their wards anymore?
I don't have a...
I don't think.
Pax is trying to indicate she does not have a ward through her muffled.
I
thing.
unbound Pax so she can actually ward herself.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone need some help getting undone? I got Bernie. He's real good.
Yes, Mr. Business needs a hand. I don't want
So-
to hurt myself.
Did anybody pack marshmallows, by the way? That would be delicious right now.
Oh.
Over a nice fire.
Oh,
So just so I understand, so Pax can ward herself. Who else needed a ward?
I could probably use one.
I could.
Okay, so I hit Mr. Business, Reg, and myself with one, and that'll be 75 damage to myself.
Okay. This thing has turned into quite the blaze over there.
we should probably get out of here.
Hold on. Look, should we check them bodies for like keys or stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we can. I mean, we'll let the one burn.
At least the one. Yeah, there's like one body we could check. The guy's
Yeah.
the captain dude.
We could check two.
So you search both of the bodies. You find a complete set of steel armor. So steel chestplate, barboot, gauntlets, sabatons, as well as 2 steel greatswords. You also find 141 gold.
Oh, nice.
I can carry those things if you guys need me to.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
Won't encumber you?
I don't believe so.
Reg has quite the carry weight.
Yeah.
So
I am going to. Is anybody hurt?
you are in Pax's.
I'm down, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, but you can heal yourself, right?
Can I?
You have minor heal, so I think you can heal yourself.
Yes, I have minor heal.
Okay. So
Wait.
I'll let you get your health, and I am going to
Why
left and right hands pump. So that'll be 47 net each.
Yep. So, Pax, you do absolutely know that spell. You know Minor Heal. So you're able to, over the course of a couple minutes, you and Caden are able to heal yourself back to full. You just kind of meditate and channel your potent art energies.
I know it's not the time for it, but if we make it out of here, if you could just, if I could take some notes on how you guys do that, I would love to try and figure it out myself.
Of
It
course,
seems really
dear.
useful.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, I've been learning how to fight from Mr. Business. It's paying off today.
that's right.
Mr. Business pays dividends.
I mean, when I get up there a little bit, I want to start my own school, so this is good practice. Anyway.
All right, so we checked the bodies.
Well, I'm wondering.
What's with these lumps?
So, describing the area, there are basically peepholes, archery holes in the walls there and there. They're barred, so you can't quite get through them, but you can see out of them. As you peer out this one in the cell block, you see all of the Emerald Guardsmen in the entry area. There are definitely 6 that you can see right now, and you can kind of hear some speech reverberating off the doors, indicating that the door into the castle is wide open. Which means the door leading out of the one you came in earlier leads to a whole group of Emerald Guardsmen. This kind of archery hole, peephole, whatever you want to call it, to the south, outside of the cell block, peers out into a forested area with some, sharp cliffs and rocks and things of that nature out in the distance. You also notice a small path here to the west, kind of across the way past the dumpster fire you've started, that leads into a little corridor rubble area. Slowly peering around the corner, not that you can hear anything, you do see a door that is shut down that little corridor. What do you do?
First, we may need to want to put out this fire. It might draw unwanted attention from everyone right outside these windows.
A group of Boy Scouts shows up. I'm
that.
joking. That doesn't happen.
Would Cold Gust work on that?
I don't know. I don't want to take damage to try to put out a fire.
Okay.
Let's see.
But I will, when we get ready to get out of here, I am going to cast Oak Skin on myself as we leave out. That'll cost me 25 health. But I'm not doing it now. It's just as we go through one of these archways, whichever one we decide.
Can I tip this cart over?
Mm-hmm.
I want to tip it toward this pile of rubble. I'm hoping that's an actual pile of rubble and try to use stones to get it out.
Yeah,
Let me give you a hand.
Mr. Business and Reg tip the pile of dead bodies over that is currently on fire. The bodies spill out across the floor into the rubble, and it, just like with a normal fire that you would have made of a bunch of tightly packed wood, as it disperses, the heat gets less. It's not as big of a flame, and it starts to kind of go out of its own accord. You kind of guess that if you left it, it would get back to nothing, not be on fire, not have any ill effects. So
yeah, sweet. Problem.
Does Oak Skin benefit from sorcerer armor?
It does.
Okay.
I want to sneak up to here and try to see if I can't listen to what's through this doorway.
Roll a... Let's go with a sneak check.
Oh, bam. 109. Yeah.
You hear nothing on the other side of the door. No voices, I should say. What you do hear is some fire that is going. You hear this, like someone smacking their lips as though they're eating just very loudly. And you hear the echoes of that lip smacking come just reverberating through the room. You kind of guess that the room is very large compared to the room that you've been in and walked through thus far.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you do?
Does it sound like one person eating or a lot of people eating?
Sounds like
I guess
one
it's a big-
lonely person eating.
Yeah. Given what we saw out the windows, this may be our best option for the moment.
Should we check for traps?
And yes, we should.
This would be trapped. I mean, we could check, but I don't think this is going to be trapped because
Might as well
their
check.
guards are walking freely through here.
True. But this isn't an area that's used much, maybe.
Yeah. Would that be another sneak check
To what?
to check for traps?
Yes, it would.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do another one to feel around the door a little bit.
Okay. To the best of your ability, you do not see, feel, or sense any traps.
All right. Can I see if the lock is locked or if it's unlocked? If it has a lock? If it has a handle? Actually, I don't know.
You go in depth to try and figure out how this door is crafted. Like, you want to learn its soul.
Yeah.
It is just a door that has a locking mechanism, but it's completely unlocked.
All right. I look back at everyone and shrug.
Sure. Do you have sneaking ability, right?
Mm-hmm. I am a cat. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. Nice sneak.
All right, so are you opening the door and going in?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak on in there.
Okay. Let me do some opening of the way here. You sneak on in and you see one man sitting. You all kind of see one man sitting alone at a table. It doesn't appear too odd. There's a dimly lit candle on the table. He seems to be enjoying his meal alone. A torch on the far side of the room illuminates the area enough to see. You notice that in the corner, kind of where there's a little stove thing bubbling over a fire, there's a lot of just raw meat sitting on a table. It looks like it's been prepared, like someone actually took the time to actually butcher it well. And then you notice the thing that catches you the most off guard. The man who's eating alone at the table is sitting over a dead Woethel. He appears to be eating the dead Woethel.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
I'm gonna sneak up right
this is
behind
the point
this
at
guy.
which I apply my oak skin.
Okay. So the way oak
I get
skin
15
works.
turns from
Yeah.
here.
Okay. The way oak skin works with sorcerer's armor, oak skin does. What's the amount it protects?
40, so it should be 80 now.
Correct.
Right.
So that takes the place of any of your armor that you're wearing. Like your total armor rating becomes that. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah, but you said it's stacked with Ward because Ward was in a different field, right?
Correct. So it's 80 plus the 40 is 120. Now,
Exactly. And then I get my unarmed stuff, right?
no. It takes
Oh.
the total, so it's whatever's higher.
Oh, this is so worthless then. So I basically get an extra 5 total.
Yes.
That's so not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Now.
It's not worth it now. Now, if you were to learn a higher level spell than Oakskin, it would be way more beneficial because there's ones that do
that's like
100 at one point, and so you would get 200 as your total armor rating plus the 40 from the ward.
I gotcha.
So Reg is taking a cue from Mr. Business and has readied Bernie over his head, prepared to strike if necessary.
Okay. Reg, roll a sneak check.
Can do.
Excellent. So, Mr. Business and Reg creep towards the man sitting alone eating the dead Woethel. Messena, Pax, Caden, are you guys kind of huddled together in the corner?
I'm angling to where I can have a clean shot with my bow.
Okay.
I'm waiting for them to start attacking, and when they do, I'm going to cast Dual Cold Gust at the guy. Is the Woe Ethel the lady that we saw that was Reg's mom?
No. That's a Soul Ethel.
Oh, she was
Also,
a Soul Ethel. Okay.
And that'd be a little dark.
Yeah. Messena,
It's
what are
already
you...
pretty dark, but that's...
I mean, darker than it is now.
Yeah.
Messena, what did you say you were doing?
I'm just going to wait back here until combat starts, and then I'm probably going to go in and attack. I just don't want to be next to him right now.
Okay. Reg and Mr. Business creep forward towards the man sitting at the table. As they get almost right up on him, the man stops for a moment, sits up a little bit straighter, and says, "You do not want to do that."
I'm pretty sure I do.
I have specific instructions. You are not to be harmed. You are allowed to leave. However, if you were to attack me and cause me any sort of damage, I have permission to kill you. Now, you appear to be stronger fighters than this dead Woethel here in front of me, but I assure you, you will not survive the fight. All of you.
Like, being a fighter myself, I, like, can I make, like, an insight check or, like, something like a gut check to be like, do I believe him? Like, is he, like, cutting, is he working on me or what?
Roll a potency check.
Okay.
And anyone else can also roll a potency check as well if they would like.
Reg has rolled a 126.
Good roll.
I created my potency check. I don't know if that matters.
So Pax actually chimes in first and says, she indicates that that's actually a vampire.
That would make some sense.
Do any of us know anything about vampires as far as...
You know that vampires are some of the strongest creatures due to their disease, obviously. It also explains the dimly lit torchlight in this room. The vampires are not common. They're extremely rare. The fact that you have met one indicates that it is... You would have a better chance of being eaten by a dragon in Culdier than of meeting a vampire. So...
knowing that,
knowing that, you the three things you know about vampirism specifically: one, it's transmitted via disease, like if you have the potential of contracting something. Two, to contract vampirism, there has to be some sort of blood infusion, like it's a magical thing that happens when a vampire either absorbs your life force through blood, or injects you with his vampiric energy. The third thing you know, the third thing you know is they hate sunlight, and for good reason, because it hurts them.
Mr. Business.
Yeah, no, I step back. I am just like, okay.
Let me ask you.
Can you point us the way out?
One at a time.
Excuse me. Everyone we've been meeting lately has said, "Oh, you just play nice and you won't get hurt." And you know what? We do. And then they turn around and then they try and kill us. So you gotta forgive me if I have developed what you might call trust issues.
I understand that completely. Now, I am in the middle of my meal. I do not wish to get up. and I don't, under any circumstances, want to forego eating. It has been quite a while, and I don't see many Woethel. It's an exotic for me. So, I will tell you once more. Leave, go about your business. You have sanctuary in this room with me. Is there anything I can do to convince you of that?
Well, I do have one, business question. Is why? Why are we free to go? Who told you that?
The head of our family told me that, and he is someone I obey.
Is he the one looking for the lion's head? Or she?
That information I'm not privy to, but I assure you, if there was an artifact we were looking for, we would have it already.
Of course.
Huh.
Mr. Business, I hear that artifact lights up.
No.
Well, yes, it does light up. And yes, you could use it that way. Much like this torch here. It will not affect me. It is not direct sunlight.
Just checking.
I commend you for your thoughts. That is something to pursue for a lesser being.
Okay. Why are y'all working? Why is your family working with the Emerald Knights?
I believe you mean the Emerald Guardsmen.
Guards. Yep.
And again, that is not something I am privy to, but I assure you it is not the entire family that's working with them.
Is your whole family vampires?
Indeed. Much like you may have family that is related by blood, we too are related by blood, though our physical appearance may not appear the same.
And obviously this bothers me because I'm also Woethel.
Indeed. He doesn't seem to care, though.
Oh no, I was just pointing that out for the general
Oh yeah, the populace.
public. For the populace more than the vampire here.
Oh, Caden, what?
Is there I'll listen over here to see if there's anything on the other side of this door.
Okay. You do not hear anything on the other side of that door.
Listen, if we tried to go out the front door, you're being nice right now, but I have a feeling they ain't gonna be nice. Is that right?
Why, yes, that is very true. You see, the Emerald Guardsmen, they are guests in this castle. They are currently being tolerated.
So would it be better for us not to go that way if we is free about our business?
Indeed, I would not recommend that.
Do you perchance know a different route out of the castle, seeing as this is clearly your castle?
Well, indeed, I would love to help you. I find it more entertaining to see how you get on your own, much like a mouse in a maze.
Yeah. All right.
Turn around and give him the finger. Both of them.
Ah, yes, you're a feisty Woethel. This one was too.
Oh, see. All right. I'm gonna move away.
Can I look at this table to see if there's anything?
There's like bowls and silverware, things like that. Nothing too incredible or that you feel the need to take with you, but you do see some scraps of food and stuff, but you are unsure whether or not it is some sort of sentient being. Yes, there's meat, but you don't know from what.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, well then, clearly you don't care if we go about our business as long as we don't bother you and yours.
That is correct.
All right. Then, away to business, and I'm gonna scamper off into this corner and be like, all right, maybe this door.
Caden, buddy, what'd you find?
He has not been able to hear anything on the other side of that door.
Aw, shucks.
And he's been sitting there for a while. It's not like it was like a quick listen, oh, I hear nothing, and then move on. So, Caden, what do you do with that?
I let them know it's like I don't hear anything, but I'm not the most observant one in the group. So, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing over there. I jiggle the door to see if it's locked.
It's another unlocked door.
Okay, then I'll open it.
So same things, checking for
Should we look for them traps?
sneakiness.
Are you searching for
just
traps
assumed
on the
there
door?
wasn't one since he was in here eating.
Okay. Well,
But you could check it if you want to.
I'm gonna check because he seems to be a fellow who likes to see bad things happen to people. Nope, everything's good.
With a roll of 29, Reg indicates everything's good to everyone else. So, who's opening the
I'll go
door?
ahead and swing open the door.
Okay.
Or crack it.
Caden
then
cracks
start-
open the door slowly and slowly creeps in. This room, as you open it up, it smells kind of musty. Like there hasn't been a lot of airflow through here. There's no windows or archery peepholes, whatever you want to call those, in this room. There's a door to your left, and then down a further corridor to your right, there's another door. However, the door on your left looks similar to one of the doors that you saw when you were coming into Castle Morvale to begin with. It's pretty heavily fortified. It's got some reinforced steel on across the wooden bars. The wood looks like it's really thick, like it would be able to withstand a battering ram.
Can I?
I'm gonna make
And
my
to
way
the south,
in.
you say that there's a door here
I want
too.
to check out
Caden,
this
stop.
door.
Oh,
Oh no.
All right, Caden, make a stamina check.
okay.
Oh no, my buddy.
I'm gonna use 80 of my stamina.
Okay. All right. Fun stuff, guys. Fun stuff. After Caden creaks the door open, Pax enters into the room, as does Mr. Business. Everyone kind of sees the layout of this corridor and begins to go after separate things. Pax walks forward to the right, heading towards the smaller corridor with the less reinforced door. Mr. Business follows.
Sneakily.
Yeah, she sneaks forward. Caden walks forward and swings to the left, Mr. Business following close behind him. Caden, however, while focusing on the door and feeling a little bit more comfortable, does not notice the pressure plate he activates. As he steps on it, spikes fling out of the floor at a great speed, and as they impact Caden, it's as though the magical energy that's surrounding him, helping ward some of the damage and things of that nature, just explode. And there's this blue particle explosion that emanates from Caden as his spell is broken and he is pierced for 250 damage from the spikes coming out of the floor.
Oh, my buddy.
I will try to grab him and help him. Well, hold on. Did the spikes retract or they stay stuck in him?
They stay stuck in him. He is currently impaled right now. Though nothing... He's taken 250 damage, but a lot of the spikes that are impaling him are going through appendages rather than his torso.
Gotcha.
I try to crucify myself from these things.
As much
Yeah, I
as you
guess I'll
struggle,
get
you
my-
can't break free.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Then I'm just gonna grab him. If I see him struggling, I'm gonna grab him from support him from underneath and try to lift him.
Okay. To get him over and off of these spikes is actually, you would have to lift him higher than you can physically reach.
Okay.
Reg, buddy.
Yeah, they'll say, hey, Reg.
I could
Be careful, don't go here. Reg, let's switch spots, because you shouldn't go any further in forward.
Nope, I'm gonna stand right here. Hey guys, tight.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, it's gonna be okay. I was just gonna give you a little bit of a lift, and we's gonna get all better.
Masena and Mr. Business move themselves to over where Pax is, kind of standing against the wall so as not to interfere or cause any distraction. Reg, go ahead and roll a stamina check.
Reg loves his buddy very much and is just dumping everything he's got in this.
Okay.
Oh dear God.
Just enough. Literally just enough. With a 104, you tenderly and nimbly are able to lift Caden up and off of the spikes. Blood starts pouring out from each wound, and you set him next to you by Masena and Mr. Business.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
I try to heal myself to the point that at least I'm not bleeding.
Okay.
But I gotta bleed to do it.
More blood comes out as your wounds start to close
Can I use minor
slowly.
heal on him?
Minor heal, I believe, is only caster. Or caster
It's caster only, that's correct. So I try to do the double pump,
Okay.
which each one nets me 47, which is a total of 94.
Okay. Because some of the holes that you're trying to patch right now are pretty significant, much more than like a cut or a slash would be, it's going to take a couple of minutes, but you're able to all kind of hang out for a second as Caden's body begins to repair itself as tendons and all sorts of bodily matter begin to tie itself back together and close the flesh up over it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm assuming that's because I'm using something as weak as minor heal. I do have lay hands. Would that work better for my reference for these larger wounds?
It would certainly make it go quicker.
Okay, I'll use that to heal up. Now I'm actually gonna overall heal up a little bit slower mathematically because it's just 2 less net. Mm-hmm. But I do have the health to take the damage. I mean, it's like 75 damage to myself, but I heal 120, so I'll net 45.
Cool. Yeah, you're able to heal yourself up, and after probably, like I said, a couple of minutes, you're back to working order.
I guess I shouldn't stop you guys from checking from traps.
Yeah, I think it's just the best business plan moving forward is to the stealthiest among us can look for traps to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Everyone slowly turns.
Man.
Everyone slowly turns towards Masena as that said.
What does Masena say?
I don't know what stealth has to do with finding traps. I may be quiet, but I don't have that good of...
What was the tome or book or whatever of Wizard's Light that I picked up right before we got captured?
That is a spell book that you can study and learn the spell Wizard's Light. It basically puts a little miniature, like, ball-sized sun in your hand that you can throw and stick on things to cast light in an area.
Okay, so it just lights a darkened area.
Correct.
It's like a magic torch.
Yeah, it's Gandalf's staff, more or less.
Yeah, but sticky and you can throw it on things.
Sticky.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can you throw it on people?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You can throw it on people's eyes and then they can't see anything.
I want to start checking kind of each space, like going one space at a time and start working my way through the room. Toward this door, or I just realized mine is black, but toward this door on the left.
Traps.
Pax and Mr. Business roll sneak checks to detect traps.
Mr. Business, are you going towards the left?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going towards the right.
Yep. So you
Reg
won't
is
be
gonna
able to
check the middle.
assist. Okay.
Oh,
Pax?
Sorry, I was looking at my sneaking ability.
At least I didn't roll a third 4.
True. Mr. Business swings to the south and begins to inspect the door. He very clearly sees the pressure plate that was activated and is looking for basically that same type of pressure plate. He doesn't see anything as he nears towards the door and is able to get there safely. He continues to look around just to be on the safe side and doesn't see any traps on the floor, or on the door for that matter, at least on this side of it. Mr. Business, you do notice some slits in the door that you can kind of... It's almost as the wood has rotted away in some points, enough to where you can see through it slightly, although the sound on the other side is muffled. I'll get back to you in a moment.
copy that.
Reg, you notice the same pressure plate that was activated, and moving forward, you notice 3 more pressure plates around that central, or that middle pressure plate that Caden activated.
Boy.
You alert everyone else to it and say, "Hey, don't step here." But you see no others in the corridor in the middle there. Pax, crouching down and slowly inching forward, you see that the door in front of you looked as though it was a solid door, but there are actually small gaps in each piece of wood that the door is made from. Though it doesn't seem like sound is passing through, you can still kind of see into the room a little bit. You don't see any traps on the floor as you're inching forward. You make it to the door and are able to, very stealthily peek in, and you basically see it's a little tough to describe for me, but you see a corridor that has a bunch of, like a pillar in the middle that almost appears to have been a solid square that has deteriorated and is now rubble. You see a corridor on the north side, kind of across from where you're looking in, with another door down it. You see on the left, past the rubble on the floor in the center area, a door to your left. And then you can't really make out what's on the right, but you do see another corridor going down that way. So, that's kind of where everyone's at. So let's, we'll kind of just go order-wise. Mr. Business, what are you doing on that door?
I'm going to kind of peek through, but also knowing that traps come out of holes, make sure it is just a hole and not like a slot for an arrow or something.
True. As you peer through the hole, you see another wall, though it's a lower wall than the ones you were nearby, and you're able to see the forest out beyond it. You also see a bunch of Emerald Guardsmen and someone dressed in clothing that is almost like an assassin's garb. It's not quite Emerald Guardsmen, and they have a different brooch on their person, indicating they're from a different organization. You're not quite sure the organization, and the vampire you just spoke to did not have one on him. Reg, Masena, Caden, what are you doing?
I'm going to go up to where Pax is and kind of wait behind her, see what she does.
Okay.
Reg is gonna whisper to Mr. Business.
No one's opened any of these other 2 doors yet, right?
Correct.
No.
Either door now.
I poke back in here and just look at the vampire and say, "You couldn't have mentioned the spikes, could you?"
You see, that is part of the fun.
Oh, I'm Reg, by the way.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Reg.
What was your name again? I think I must have forgotten it if you did tell me.
I didn't tell you my name, and to be quite honest, I do not wish to give it.
Okay, I will write you down as unhelpful vampire man.
He goes back to his meal.
No sense of humor.
All right.
Mr. Business, do you hear anything?
Well, yes, there are lots of, there's a good number of, there's a couple of guardsmen out there, and then there's 2 gentlemen who kind of look like assassins, and I do not recognize the symbol on their coats.
So there's a bunch of them. Maybe not the smartest way to go.
Not impossible. It also looks like it goes outside, which we can escape. But I don't know. Let's check in on the other side.
Meanwhile,
there's
Messina
nothing
walks up
really
behind
back
you, Pax.
here. Hey. I'll invite Messina. Have a look for yourself. What do you think? It looks like it goes deeper into the underground of the castle.
Can I try to make a roll to see if I notice anything small or unusual in?
Absolutely. Roll a performance check. Excellent roll. So you kind of focus your eye down the corridor, trying to spot anything that appears out of place, and you kind of hold there peering down for a minute, let's say, really trying to focus your eyes. And at the very last minute, before you give up, you notice a coat tail. And it appears to be some other person. They're not the Emerald Guardsmen, because they're not wearing Emerald Guardsman armors. But they don't appear to be the assassins that you overheard Reg and Mr. Business talking about a moment ago.
I'll silently point it out to...
Okay.
Good eye, Messina.
Alright. So, are you guys going to do anything? Alert anyone else to this?
I think
Yeah.
quick team huddle.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can we meet back up without stepping? Because we've all seen these
Mr.
pressure plates,
Business?
right?
Mr. Business, make a stamina check.
Yeah.
oh, buddy, no.
How much stamina? I've got 200, so I'll dump 100 in.
Mr. Business takes 250 points of damage as his ward is broken instantly and he is impaled by the spikes.
Okay, here we go.
Wait, I thought they were disabled. I thought
No
they
one
were
disabled them.
disabled.
They just pointed at the pressure plates on the floor.
I literally just said, there they is.
Alright, so Mr. Business taking some damage.
Let's get Mr. Business off
Are
of
you-
the spikes.
Yep.
Reg, I'm assuming... Yeah.
Reg, will you do the honors?
With a natural roll of a 6, putting all of his stamina into it, Reg opens up or lifts Mr. Business off of the spikes and puts him back down. Mr. Business does an excellent job of muffling his scream as he gets impaled and his ward is broken.
I try to work my way around the pressure plate.
Okay.
There were no pressure plates on this hallway, correct?
Correct.
The only two that we know of now have been triggered.
No, there's one more, I thought.
Reg
I am
points
going
out
to-
that here and here, literally the two squares next to the two you've activated, are more pressure plates.
Okay. Somebody need poke them with something.
Here, I'll use my axe and just sort of make an etch on them.
Okay.
As you
I'm
reach
going
over to
to,
etch them, they activate.
Don't.
I'm gonna heal up Mr. Business with left and right hands. I give him 120 each,
I'm gonna come and reward.
and I take 150 damage.
I'll
Ooh.
reward Mr. Business.
Okay.
So
Mr. Business is rewarded.
40.
I also recover 50 potency per turn, by the way.
Ooh, look at you. Okay.
Mm.
Everyone's potency should be back at maximum BT dubs. And stamina, for that matter. Because you regenerate 10 per turn. But not health. Health is the only one you don't.
Yeah.
All right, so group huddle now that Mr. Business has also been impaled.
Well, Mr. Business should have 240 health additional, so I don't know how much he took.
He's back at full.
Yeah, David adjusted me. I am just standing, kind of bent over, hands on my knees, like, that was not good for business.
No, it hurts me too when you get hurt.
What are you saying,
Can
Pax?
not make this a thing.
Are these rocks, is this rubble that I'm standing near? Can I pick up some of the larger rocks?
Yes.
Hey, you guys move back from those pressure plates.
Reg already activated them.
Oh, all of them?
Yeah, there were only 2 more.
Okay, cool. I was gonna throw the rocks on them.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were
I'm
taking
going
them
to
up to the
refresh
doorway.
his room, which causes another 25 damage to myself.
Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Yep.
Excellent.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Well, we should have grabbed the vampire and thrown him on the pressure plates.
So, I mean, given what we know through what's through each doors, the outside door could lead us out of here. We would have to fight. And who knows what those assassin-looking people were.
Mm-hmm. Out the door that we saw, it looks like it takes you further under the castle, maybe, and there's an individual, not a guardsman, but maybe another vampire. I don't know.
I think we have little reason to remain in this castle longer than needed. I think that we have proven ourselves fairly capable, and that if we rushed out the front door, I think we...
I mean,
You mean,
maybe, but they wanted us here for a reason, right? That means there's something
'cause-
about this place.
well, they want this statue.
Yeah, but they could have taken it off us in Culdier, but they wanted it here. So
Wait, we still have the artifact?
Yep.
Yeah. Business has it, I think.
As much as I
pull it out of my ring gear.
as much as I don't want to be in here, I feel like maybe it couldn't hurt to look around a little. More
Well-
than being stabbed, I guess.
I would also suggest we know that they do not belong here, and the castle may be more empty and we more prepared if we left and returned after perhaps doing some research and gathering some high...
I'm not sure we have enough gold to get hirelings, but I think I see what you're trying to get at.
You're also not entirely sure that this way out leads to an actual safe area. You don't know this area very well,
okay.
but you do know that it's a mountainous area. So it very well could lead to a dead end.
All right. Votes.
right.
We can either fight our way out with an unknown number of guardsmen and a couple assassins that we see out this door, or we explore deeper and we take this door.
where we know even less.
Correct.
Yeah, but we also know nothing about the outside. We know that there's people out there, but
And
we didn't
also
think
know there's
about where it leads to.
There's more vampires too, because this is the whole family lives here, correct?
Yeah, and they don't seem to have a problem with us yet.
No.
They were
As
told,
long as
in
we
fact, they were
don't-
told not to kill us.
As long as we don't hurt them,
Yeah.
they're not hurting us for now.
Up here to the north, to the best of your ability, you only see one person in that area.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I think it's worth a shot to go that direction. My gut tells me you could say.
At any point, does it make sense to pull that lion's head totem out and light it up and see what happens?
You could
would
try,
come in-
but it seemed like the other vampire really didn't care.
Yeah, I don't think it's a weapon, but I don't think
No,
it's.
just to... Yeah.
We also didn't actually try it. He just told us it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that it would
True.
be a
But I don't really.
defense.
He didn't seem like the kind of person who had the need to lie.
No.
Yeah, he kind of gave me the willies.
So this door?
All right.
I mean,
What's your marching order?
Unless someone strongly objects,
All right.
I can go first.
I want to take some of the medium-ish stones and pocket them.
Okay, just add them to your inventory.
I'm gonna pump myself full of some healing now that I've taken a break from hurting myself.
Okay.
Thank you.
Reg, I'm going to move you kind of towards the back of the marching order.
That's okay. I'm
All
a
right.
big boy.
All right. Sneaks and checking for traps, please.
Yeah.
For bad stuff.
That's my sneak.
All is well.
All right. There are no traps on the door that anyone can see. The door is unlocked, and there's no traps in peering through the little hole in the doorway, or the door rather. You don't see any pressure plates or any other indications of traps in the actual place. So.
All right. Well, then I will try to sneak in and open the door and. Yeah, how you moving? Okay.
As you open the door, the individual comes around the corner, and he says, welcome guests. It is good to have you here.
Okay, that sounds better.
You appear to have broken your bonds from the Emerald Guardsman. Now, why would you go deeper into this castle, I wonder?
Well, you know.
I wonder this is
Glutton for punishment, perhaps?
You there, the one who appears to not want to be here. That is a good instinct to have.
I mean, she's not wrong or anything. It's just we figured we got took here for a reason, and since we don't really know where here is so much about getting out safely, we figured we could maybe snoop around a little bit. Since we met a fella like you. He didn't
quite
give us his
hospitable.
name. I'm Reg, by the way. What is your name?
I am not at liberty to say from my superior. However, I do have the authority, if you will, to assist you in your passage through this castle.
Oh, that sounds neat.
You see, I am one of the Morvale Knights, and we heed only to the father of our family.
You're the what now?
I'm a Morvale Knight. I am a knight of this castle, of this family.
He works for the guy that's feeding in the other room.
Or
No. You
he works for the
misunderstand.
family.
The brother that was in the other room, he is lower on the leadership scale than I am. You see, I protect our father.
A Kingsguard, if you will.
Call it what you will. I have been in this position for many, many years.
That's
I mean, you guys scared the bejesus out of me, but I wouldn't say no to some help out of this castle.
Where do you wish to go? What is your goal here?
Well, I was just curious. Do you know why them Emerald folks would want the totem?
Why, yes. Well, I say yes. They want the totem because it is very powerful. However, it is very powerful in a very niche circumstance, one they wish to see fulfilled. Now, I don't know exactly what that is, but our father, he has spoken in passing about such things.
Could we talk to him?
I'll say, is it possible to talk to your father?
Why, yes. Now, we do have some guests in the castle. However, I can lead you towards him. Well, point you in the direction, I should say. The way you will want to go behind me, to the west of the castle, through that doorway. You'll take a right. Be careful. There are some traps laid for people we don't want in here. Now, in that room, there will be only 2 doors. One on your left, one on your right. You'll want to go to the one on your left.
Go to one on left. Got it.
Yes, that will be the throne room. Now, like I said before, we have guests in the castle, so you'll want to make sure that you do not alert them to your presence.
Do you know on our path we're taking, should there be a lot of them?
There should only be members of my family.
And your family were told not to hurt us, yes?
Indeed, by our father himself.
Do you know when we is done, what would be a good way to leave without actually getting into too many dust-ups?
It is ever-changing with guests underfoot. The main exit would be the one that you seem to have not wanted to go down. However, as you well know, I'm assuming, they have guards stationed at that exit.
Quick question, because you do seem more amenable than your lower-ranked colleague. The other gentlemen outside the door behind us, who were not wearing Emerald Guardsman garb. Do you happen to know who they are?
They are the Silver Shadow. I do not know much about them, only that they have been in league with not only the Emerald Guardsman, but our father as well. I would encourage you not to cross them, but it appears you may have already done so.
Apparently.
We do have a habit of doing that out of hand.
Look, when you handle your business, some people get upset about it.
Indeed. Now, I would encourage you to keep moving. They do have patrols around the castle, though some may be happenstantial.
Okay.
So you guys, what do we say? Trap hallway?
We go down this direction.
Yep. Trap.
But searching for traps the entirety of the time.
Okay.
I want this.
Yep.
Everyone roll sneak checks like no one's business.
Thank you. I just wanted to. It's like I'm gonna check every time.
I got my.
It's like every tile, just tapping it with the crystal sword.
Yeah, exactly. Just, okay, nope, okay.
Hopefully at some point you'll actually learn to check for traps when you're in castles and dungeons and stuff.
As soon as we get that door open,
mine should be.
toss some rocks in there to see if I set anything off.
Messena, what did you say?
Mine should be 5 higher. I typed 3.
No worries.
And Reg would also be using his scythe, since it has reach, to also be kind of poking ahead.
Smart. So it appears that there are no traps in this hallway. This hallway and corridor, as you kind of get up to the door, this door is not nearly as holy, not like religious, but like full of holes, as the other one. However, there is a peephole in it, so you're able to kind of peek in through the area, and you notice that there's just one more vampire-looking individual in this room with a fire inside. It looks like she's hovering over a cart filled with dead bodies, much like was in the cell block that you escaped from. So you don't know what she's doing, but it's definitely something. Again, peering on the floor and looking as best you can, now knowing what you know, I guess, or can expect from the traps here. There don't appear to be any, so it looks like you can open the door. The vampire behind you kind of coaxes you in. Yes, that is the direction. You will be fine.
And I also salute him as we move through the door.
He salutes you back, but it's clear he doesn't know what the gesture means. He's just copying you.
No, it just makes me feel better.
Good. So who enters first?
I'll enter, or no, let Caden enter.
All right, Caden enters.
I did it.
Caden, roll a stamina. I'm joking.
Yeah, no, see,
Last time that happened.
this is why I don't trust anyone, David.
I know, you shouldn't. It's bad news to trust whatever a DM says. All right, so you all enter into this room, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize now for the voice I'm about to do.
Please don't.
All right. As you enter the room, the fire almost seems to not stop completely, but stand more still, if that makes sense. The vampire who's standing over the dead bodies halts what she's doing and turns and looks at you, and with a glaring eye she says, "Why, hello there. What brings you to my laboratory?"
Hello, I'm Reg.
Well,
What's
hello,
your name?
Reg. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
My name is of no consequence.
Nobody has names in here, apparently.
Our names are long lost.
Oh.
But anyways,
Grandmother.
your friend told us that we go down this hallway and then the king is off to the left, and that we're gonna go speak with the king.
Oh, indeed, yes. Yes, quite. Now, if you're looking to speak with our father, I would encourage you. He has company right now.
Do you know when his company might depart and he would be free?
I don't know that he's actually in the room right now. He has been alerted to their presence, though.
Do you know who they is?
You see, the Commander Leonic of the Emerald Guardsmen, and then also someone from the Silver Shadow, I believe they said.
I try to detect
And
magic on this giant orb thing here in the middle.
It's just a straight up fire.
Can I move towards this table and
I knew you were gonna do that. Yes, you move
Check it out.
expertly and without drawing attention to yourself towards the table and the chest nearby.
I'm a pickpocket? What can I say?
I know. All right. So, does anyone else interact with the old lady vampire?
So you said he ain't in there yet? Do you know which way he would come from?
Oh, he has his ways, you know.
Okay.
No.
Then
Pax, is that your pickpocket?
Oh, no, sorry.
I
No,
yes, it
I just have sneak and I have cut purse.
Oh,
so
cut purse
I
is
don't
that?
actually-
Yeah. Pickpocket
Yeah.
is the ability from cut purse. So I'm gonna use that as your roll. You're able to pull a random item off the table. It's a little golden headband of levitation.
That's fancy.
All right. I want to head south, but I do also am still gonna check just for traps in this little area as I head toward the door.
Okay. There are no traps in this room. It's a research laboratory. It wouldn't. You kind of think it wouldn't make a whole bunch of sense for there to be, but you never know.
No, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
But he said there was traps. That is weird.
I'll keep
and I-
tapping the ground as I work my way over towards this.
He also said to go right.
No, he said go left.
No, he said go to the left.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I thought it was.
We gotta go
He said
left.
Oh, are you guys going towards the throne room?
Yes, mate.
Yes.
He is.
Oh, okay. You'll want to go north.
Now, I thought left.
You can join my subjects down there if you would like. As you peek in, Mr. Business, you notice that this door is just like a cell bar, like metal bar door. On the inside, there seem to be some of the Silver Shadow people who are very much in the late stages of the vampirism disease as they are starting to show signs of becoming a vampire.
Oh, interesting. I turn around and head back this way. Mr. Business is fascinated, but has no interest in working for a different company.
So, are you going to open this door?
I need someone to check it for traps.
Reg is gonna kind of try and block the old lady's view of Pax.
Pax,
So
you can
I
roll
am-
another cut purse check if you would like.
out this.
Ma'am, would you know why your other unnamed fella outside would tell us that the left door is the door we needed when apparently it's not?
Oh, you must have misunderstood. You see, the door on the left is when you enter that door that is on your right currently. When you enter there, the throne room is on the left.
I am afraid you have lost me.
I think that some of your compatriots may know the way from here.
Yeah, I'm not so good with the north, south, all that stuff.
Pax, you're able to pull a royal shirt of +5 pickpocketing out of that chest while she's not paying attention.
Oh, I love the...
Or of lockpicking, I'm sorry. Mr. Business, you opening the door?
Yeah, it's my sneak check to check for traps.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Alright, then yeah, I will slowly open the door and try to see what's inside.
It is an empty room, to the best of your ability.
Okay. Then I will proceed into the room, but
Crystal
first
sword
checking.
tapping.
Yeah, I'm gonna be checking for traps.
Okay, let's see. Good roll. Caden, roll an attack.
Roll an attack.
Yep.
Any attack? Can it be a spell attack, or does it just need to be a hand-to-hand attack?
Whatever you're tapping with.
Oh, okay. I got you the crystal sword. So here.
Excellent. So you both walk forward looking and all that, and that's just my trap marker. Those 4 tiles right there are pressure plates that you see. Everything else in the room appears to not be a pressure plate at all.
And wait, that search includes even like this area back here?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Okay, because again, you've trained me not to trust you. All right,
That's
so I will
wise.
go- yeah. Then I'll yeah, we indicate, yeah.
So that everybody know. Oh man, this is gonna be rough for our Reg. Can Reg like hop over this?
Yeah, he can kind
squeeze
of.
back?
Yeah, you just squeeze against the wall.
Oh, okay.
I've still got rocks I can set those things off with, by the way.
True.
Well, we don't know if it'll do the same thing as something new. We don't really want to find.
We don't want to set them off if we can avoid it, because some of them explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you near the door, you hear voices on the other side. Are you all going to try and eavesdrop?
Yeah.
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 Excellent. All right, so everyone kind of gathers around, holds up to the door.
We'll be doing it.
You hear Commander Leonix speaking with another person, though their voice is quieter and muffled. There's a sound of fluttering, then a thud, and he addresses a new presence. Ah, Theron von Ordoff, Master of Morvale. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I was wondering why the Silver Shadow wanted to meet here. Theron Ordoff responds, Ah yes, indeed. When the Silver Shadow sought me out here, I was annoyed, knowing now they seek to know the incantations required to use the Lion's Head Soul Siphon. It intrigues me. I wish to see what changes you may attempt with such a trinket, Rikar. Tell your masters I will reveal the incantations when they summit the peak of Semiasas. There all will be done. Rikar says in a solemn tone, For your sake, you better hold up your end of this bargain. We aren't the only organization that knows what to do with the vampires. Is that a threat? Theron scoffs. No, says Rikar, as he stands to his feet. It's a guarantee. We will meet you at the summit of Semiasaz Peak. Leonic, you're dismissed. Here's your payment. I'm sure that will suffice for your troubles. Commander Leonic responds, Indeed it is. Let us talk of our next venture in Vioka while I find where that associate is with the Lion's Head Soul Siphon. Their meeting adjourns, and you hear their footsteps towards the door at the opposite end of the room from the door you're listening through. A door creaks and then shuts. Before you have time to move away from the door you're standing behind, it opens suddenly. Standing in the torchlit room made of stone is whom you assume to be Theron von Oldolf, a soul-ethel vampire of unknown power. His ornate, deep purple robes flutter in the non-existent wind. He addresses the group. Come, have a seat, and let us speak. I believe you seek answers about the Lion's Head Soul Siphon. We have precious moments before your escape is known.
Yeah, my name's Reg, by the way. Who are you?
I hate that you just asked that, but it's good. Walking into the room, you all kind of gather around the table. He goes, As I'm sure you have just heard, I am Theron von Odolf.
I will try and spell that, but I make no promises to its accuracy.
It is a waste of time. Now, what do you need to know? I'm not going to tell you everything, because I am interested in seeing how you deal with the challenge, but I will answer what I can.
What is they trying to do with this thing?
Ah, yes, what they are doing. You see, the Silver Shadow believes that this token is something of power to their organization. You see, one of their founders was the one who created it.
Does it truly drive the user mad?
No, that is a rumor that has gotten out of hand. You see, what the Soul Siphon does, it is able to transfer the essence or soul of sentient beings to other beings, even if they are long dead. So, the Soul Siphon doesn't necessarily drive the user insane. It does, however, replace someone's personality or essence with another.
Yes.
Can it also cause you to see ghosts?
Yes and no. I'm not exactly sure of that information. However, I do know that some people have made note of other souls that have been trapped in the Soul Siphon appearing to or maybe affecting dreams, something like that.
Yeah, I got stabbed in a dream and it was unpleasant.
Yes, that sounds like a side effect of a soul being trapped inside.
He was rather...
And then a spirit appeared and told me to protect the lion head.
That spirit is probably inside of the lion's head based off of what he's just saying. So is that the reason they just didn't remove it from us when they called us? I mean, I don't understand. Why would they leave it in our possession?
Knowing how the Emerald Guardsmen are just lackeys, they're very superstitious. They believe most things that they don't understand or have heard about things they don't understand. The idea that the Soul Siphon can actually cause one to go insane, they truly believe. Commander Leonic even has made reference to that. He is very hesitant to have held it himself.
That makes sense.
The Silver Shadow leader who was
Yes, Rikar.
Rikar said that they weren't the only ones who knew what to do with vampires. What did he
Indeed,
mean by that?
there are many more organizations with much more power than the Silver Shadow.
who have encountered our kind before. We are not the only ones in Erathe who are of this bloodline. However, we are the only ones in the region.
So I do have questions about this. Your family is the first family of vampires that I've ever run across. Is the process to become a vampire very painful and?
He looks you dead in the eye and slowly starts to smirk as he says, "Would you like me to show you?"
I don't know.
I think we
I'm
need
very
to know
curious
a bit.
about the process, though.
Be careful, buddy.
We don't have much more time. They will be getting to your cell block at any minute and find the dead
how can
bodies
we
you have left.
Yeah. How can we stop them then?
To stop them, that is a great question. There's one organization who knows more about the Soul Siphon than I, as well as the creator of it. They're in the city of Mivra. You'll want to find the Vasilician Legacy. They're an organization of soul ethyl magic users who study artifacts. They have been here since Mivra herself. See, they are the keepers of knowledge here in Dalnain, or wherever Mivra has claim to. See, the border's kind of iffy in this region, which is why I like this castle.
Well, I've been to Mivra before. It's a nice place, but okay, we can try and make for them. What was their names again? I'm sorry.
The Vasilician Legacy.
Never gonna get that right, but I'll try. Vasilician. Okay. And then, do you know how we can sneak out of here with them being none the wiser?
Aye, indeed. As soon as you said that, you hear shouting and clamoring and people clanging bells and all sorts of things to get attention. Outside the window to the southwest, you can kind of hear people shouting off in the distance. They've escaped! They've escaped! Find them! Find them! He turns to you, you each, and says quite plainly, "You must leave right now. Head towards Mivra. Go down this secret staircase." As he says that, he waves his hand about and a wall just kind of opens up behind you, right there.
Well, that's cool.
Go down the stairs. My stable master has prepared horses for you. Take them. They are of no use to us, seeing as how we can fly. So, take them.
point.
We have prepared them for you. They are yours now. Protect them. Keep them safe. Go to Mivra,
Thank you so much.
and we shall never speak again. For if we do,
Did you say you could fly?
indeed,
Well, I think pressing matters, guys. Pressing matters.
Let's go.
Well, I'm curious. How long would it take to
Nope.
And
teach
Let's
me
go.
to fly potentially?
Come on.
make haste.
Let's go.
We shall meet again. I make note of that.
I thought you said we weren't meeting.
I'm
you know,
cheerfully gonna.
I think he wants to meet him again specifically.
well, he can meet me too. You know, I'm Caden's buddy, but we should go. We should go. Let's go.
I'm gonna wave, say thank you, and cheerfully flip him off.
That's Pax saying, thank you, we care about you, goodbye.
Best wishes.
You guys travel down, not with the staircase, down and outside. You jump on the horses, and you are depart.
call
You are
her 10.
departing. The Morvel stable master says to you, "Ah, yes, I was expecting you, Master Orloff. He said to travel to the southwest. There's a pass that will lead you south further and then back east. No one will be searching for you there. They will think that you came back the way that you were brought here."
Thank you.
We
Indeed.
appreciate the help.
Let's do that.
I appreciate your business practices as I gallop away.
All right.
Yeehaw.
You make your way out and around and then head through that pass. And it is at this point
you will have traveled for a day when we pick it up again. That's the end of this adventure. I do want to say thank you for joining us, for tuning in. I'm going to play the outro, and then we'll come back for a little, kind of the end of things here, doling out XP, stuff like that, and answering any questions in the chat if you have any. So we thank you. We appreciate you watching. Till next week when we find out why Caden wants to be a vampire. So, farewell.